What's good, everyone? Night Cage here. So, here's what I have. I have my Space Hulk update. And this is the Space Hulk interior that I've been building for the last few weeks. And it is a lot of work. What you see here is like the majority of these things, the walls and everything is molded. And it's cast and molded, and it's molded out of a kind of dental clay. It's hydrostone, and it's really fragile. I purchased it off the internet, and all in all, I've spent about $245 trying to get everything. And I have to say, it's kind of crazy because a lot of the pieces, like I have a bunch of individual pieces. For example, the floor here, these tiles are all individual tiles that we had to lay down. And they had to be configured. Now, one of the things that I noticed was that this thing has to be as detailed as it is. As you can see, it had to be configured. I had to configure it for a 40K scale. The game that the developers made for this particular ship was a much smaller scale. So the rooms are actually like this size. And just to show you, a Terminator could barely fit into a room this size. So, I mean, you can get a Terminator in there, but when you're talking about trying to fight, or in something like this, you're going to be pretty much moving around with one model. So anyway, so I just want to kind of give you guys a little tour of what I have so far and what I've done. So this is the plasma room. So I have two plasma conduits here and here, and the third one is over here, so you can get a chance to see. And these are the walls. This is squad. This is Sergeant Thorax here, investigating the plasma room with Craven and Gimli, and they're just checking things out. So yeah, this is it. This is the blast door. Really realistic looking door. This is the blast door behind Sergeant Thorax. And over here is a big surprise, the big surprise that I was telling you about. It ain't there if you're watching. This is the surprise that I have for you, and it's going to be an even greater surprise when you see him on Sunday on the battlefield. This is Sanguinary Priest Idic. So wanted to surprise you. This guy, I'm scaling him, I'm getting him painted and getting him prepared for the upcoming battle. He's going to be deploying with my squad, and so this is going to be my first company Sanguinary Priest in Terminator armor. And this power weapon that he has right here is going to be the Golden Chalice. And I'm going to fill it in here so you can actually see the blood in the top. But it's going to be a Golden Chalice. It's going to be his power weapon. So he's nearly done. So this is Sanguinary Priest Idic with his two guys investigating another one of the power rooms. There are lots of conduits and things in here. There are pillars on the corners. These are also power pillars. So as you can see, there are cables and tubes and wires running all throughout the walls, throughout the side of the ship. So there's lots of details to be covered here. So you can, just to give you guys a chance to take a look at it, more blast doors here. So, yeah, we're talking about rules. This was one of the things that the Plague Wind and I was discussing before. I have to figure out how to get this thing to cover this entire table. And one of the things that Plague Wind and I was discussing, we're talking about the rules for Space Hulk. And as you can see, we have to do, at the max, three models per squad at the max. cover the, these types of rooms are really small. So if we put 3 gene stillers in this room, you probably can't even get 2 gene stillers right down this corridor right here. The other thing we got to consider is the hallways. I don't have any hallways just yet, but I will have hallways and I will have smaller rooms. So what I've done is I've made boards like these, for example, boards that are like smaller. So these can be smaller rooms, or they can be fitted together to be hallways. So I can change the configuration. One thing that I'm not going to do in the directions, when I got the directions, it's encouraging me to glue these things down. I'm not going to glue it down because I want to have the flexibility of being able to change the configuration of the ship every time I play. So I'm gonna just fill it out and just configure it the way that I want to configure it, and that way it'll keep things fresh and stop things from being redundant, and we can make the ship look like we want it to look. Now, one of the things that I'm going to be doing is I have to get some Games Workshop parts, because this particular ship, I want to work at trying to make some parts of the ship Gothic, so that you get the feel of moving around different areas of the ship. Some areas of the ship are going to have more rounded curves, and other areas of the ship is going to have that Gothic feel, especially when we start getting towards the bridge. So, yeah, so this is it. This is the plasma room, and this is the second power room over here. So this is my update for now, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll hit you back. Peace out.